Studies in behavioral sciences indicate that effective people think differently as compared to less effective people. The first thing effective people think is about themselves, the kind of self concept they carry with them. This is often measured by a test called Who Am I? The test is also known as sense of efficacy test. In this test, a person is asked in a short time to write an essay about himself or herself. When you are asked to write an essay about yourself, what do you write? You reveal whatever is significant about you. Normally, if your essay consists of your own goals, whatever are the goals in life, you may want to become rich, or you may want to get a good job, or you may want to be a doctor to serve people, or you may want to be a human resource manager in a company so that you can make a difference in the lives of people, and so on. So you can write any goal, or you simply maybe that you want to get good marks and pass out of this particular college you are studying, and things like that. Goal driven people have been found to be effective people. If your goals are important, it should figure out in those 10 lines that you write about yourself. If you have identified or written anywhere in your Who Am I anything that indicates that you have a goal and you are driven by goal, then you get 1 mark for it. Next thing we look for is, are you aware of any of your internal strong points? Anywhere if you depict any of things that you have which you consider as your assets, strong points, then that adds one more point to your sense of efficacy. That means you are a person living with strong points in your psychological sphere. Even if you have mentioned some of your weaknesses, but if you say, I am aware of your weaknesses and I am trying to overcome them, and depict that as a strength, then you are still a strong person. The third quality we look for is initiative. Are you a person who are undertaking activities at your own initiative? Like when you say, I want to be a sports person, or I like music, or I want to be doing this or that, or lead a group of people, and so on. I think these are indicators that you like to take initiative and make things happen. So, goal orientation, followed by internal resources, and third one is taking initiative. The fourth thing that we look for, do you depict yourself as a problem solver? If you are facing problems, how are you viewing them? The fifth thing that we look for is, are you a positive person? Do you view yourself in a positive way? Are you living with certain aspirations in mind? Or is your essay reflecting uncertainty, confusion, and things of that nature? So even if you are good in any of these 5 things, and if you are all the 5 things, and you get a score of 5, that means you have a goal, you are action driven, and you identify your strong points, and therefore you write in your essay some of your strong points. You see yourself as an initiative taker, you have likes and dislikes, you are living by these likes, you are a problem solver, and you are a positive person. I think these 5 marks are good enough to indicate that you are well on your way to be an effective kind of a person. But if you have not written any of these things, I would say, I don't want to conclude that you are not an effective person, but you still need to develop that thinking in your own mind to be an effective person. You have to do a lot of autosuggestion. You have to now start writing essays where you identify what are your goals. Write an essay, write a few sentences on your goals, then write a few sentences on your strengths, write a few sentences on what are the occasions where you take initiative, write a few sentences on the problems you solve, and a few sentences on your approach to life, and so on. So when you do all this, then you are inculcating a high sense of efficacy. So friends, when we looked at some of you, when I asked you to write in a class essay about yourself, I found some of you have not written beyond 2 or 3 sentences. That indicates that you don't even have the ability to think. You are at a loss. I think cultivate the ability to think. If you can't even think about yourself, you can't think of anything else on earth. Therefore, it is important to have elaborate thinking. Read books, watch movies, see the right kind of serials, start talking, start practicing writing blogs and things like that. That is the way you can develop a kind of an elaboration about yourself. Out of curiosity, from the essays that you people have written, from GITAM University, we have just picked up a few essays, and let me read out without reading their names. One person writes, I am an energetic, positive thinker female who properly manage resources on my hand and around me. I have been with different people, friendly, and I know I have got the ability to communicate in an attractive manner. I have future days. I want to make the best version out of all my experiences mentally, physically, economically, and emotionally. The influential female is going to be seen soon in near future. Once I reach my peak, I will share my journey to strengthen the females out there. What a wonderful write up this particular person has written about herself. She is working for a cause, she is aware of her gender, and she has values, and she is striving to accomplish something wonderful and so on. Fairly well written kind of an essay which indicates that there is a high sense of efficacy. There is another person who wrote, I want to be a person who leads his or her life with all ethical values. I want to be a manager who never gives up and never step back in case of loss to an organization with all the leadership qualities. I want to be as a manager who maintains good relationship with workers. I want to be a manager who want to work under the good reputation of an organization. I want to be the one who always grab chances and not the one who will wait for it. Again, a very interesting, positive kind of essay. When you say I want to be, you are indicating your goal, your likes. And when you indicate that I stand by this, you are indicating your strong points and so on. So these are two interesting kind of essays written by two candidates. I will pick up some more ones from what people have written. Uh, I am so and so pursuing BBA analytics in this university. My native place is XYG. I am very hardworking person. Internal resource. I like to paint and draw, likes, initiative. I like listening to songs, initiative. I would like to become a HR manager, again a goal. I am polite in nature and kind to others, talking about an internal strength. As a manager, I would like to uplift my subordinates. I would like to work as a team and do my best. I am friendly with others. Again, a very interesting, very positive kind of a write off. Then I have another one, not so good one, but it's okay, at least a good attempt has been made. I want to be a person who enjoys life in their own way with certain values. Always aim for profit. Take many opportunities. Never give up or take back step. Work hard for success. It's not a very elaborate one, but at least it is in the right direction. This person needs to think a lot more about what about herself and incorporate in her psychological world a few other kind of variables. Another person write, I am so and so. I want to become a financial manager, and because I'm interested in dealing with money and how money works and plays in our life. Even though it is new for me, I am nothing. I'm in these days, but I sincerely try to achieve my goal in future. Uh, this is what I want. Not elaborate. All that the person is saying is, I have a goal in life. I want to become rich. But how are you going to become rich? What are you going to do today? What are your strong points? What is the kind of initiative you are taking? None of these are present. So my recommendation to this individual is think about what exactly are the instrumental activities. Change your own kind of a view. In my talk, I talked of you. The thought is the most powerful thing that you have. And your thought is reflected in what you write about yourself. So what you have written, although some of you may have just taken it as a kind of an exercise, is a very good indicator of what you are. So I want you to improve what you are by learning to write and rewrite about who you are. Please rewrite the essay, who you are. I asked you to write 10 sentences. Now you write 20 sentences about yourself, highlighting all that I have talked so far, highlighting your goals, and these could be achievement goals, societal goals, organizational goals, highlighting your strong points that you have, what are the internal resources you have, and strong points which make you proud, highlighting what are the occasions where you take initiative, where you are not able to take initiative, how you want to take initiative, highlighting what kind of positive problem solving approach you like to have in life, what problems have you solved, what problems are you facing, how would you want to solve these problems, and highlighting to think positively, whether you are a positive person looking at positive things in life, or a negative person not able to even write a few lines about yourself and so on. So I hope this little essay you have written, Who Am I, helps you to relook at yourself, improve your own what we call as sense of efficacy. If you have any questions, you may please write to Kritika, who talked to you, and in the class who addressed you, and her email ID is available in the mail that will be sent to you. All the best from TVRLS. Thank you for listening to this short talk.